What's up, everyone? I'm back with another video as part of my Dream Bone series. And can I get a woo for that? Because that's what I'm looking at today. That's right. Even though it's a little bit late, I recently went to a wrestling event where Sting was one of the biggest feature attractions, actually. So that's what I'm doing today. And I'm going to give you guys my 10 Dream Bone series list for the man they call Sting. Now, what is there to know about Sting? Obviously, let's see. Born Steve Borden in Venice Beach, California. Obviously, some time ago, actually, he was trained alongside the legendary Hall of Famer Jim Hellwig, who eventually become the Ultimate Warrior. Both of them would go on to separate careers. Jim Hellwig would go compete in WWE. Sting would become, and of course, Steve Borden would become Sting in WCW. Actually, of course, for a long time, actually, spanning almost from the NWA days up to its official decline, actually. So there you go. That's my intro for Sting. So today I'm going to give you guys what I feel are my dream opponents for this great icon, okay? And for a guy that, even though he is retired, actually, it was just good to see him, just be part of a show where he was in a non-wrestling role. So, but hey, if you were to come back to the ring, here's some potential dream opponents, okay? And of course, if you're just joining, remember, this is not a popularity contest by any means. I don't rank them based by achievements. This is basically how I think would be, from the least likely to the most likely dream opponent, all right? So let's get started, okay? Kicking off my list is Cody Rhodes, okay? I'm perfect enough to kick off my list. Then a second-generation superstar. His father, late great American Dream Dusty Rhodes, his brother Goldust, who, believe it or not, also has crossed paths with Sting, actually. So yeah, kind of think about this, actually. So Sting has been in the ring with so many good characters, in the day, what I mean, where it was WCW, the NWA, and all that, and of course, what a feather in the cap for Sting, and both Cody, if these two were to collide, because this is Cody Rhodes. He is the son of a plumber, like what I did there, and taking on Sting, who's pretty much very good at taking a young guy and just giving him the best shot and molding him into a good star. And that's what all these veteran wrestlers are trying to do, is they take a young guy and they mold him into what he is today, So I could definitely see some big magic occurring between Sting and Cody Rhodes. So all that and pulled together, you will get a classic, actually. Number 9, Mr. Perfect. Now let's think about this for a minute, okay? Let's roll back, like, say 15, 20 years. We're talking the 90s, actually. Think about this. When WCW all of a sudden just got the big flow of traffic of former WWE superstars to come to their company and be part of the NWA. Well, let's think about this. Hogan, Nash, Hall. You had DiBiase, you had Bruce Beefcake, and he became the Disciple, and Randy Savage, and everyone came over, including Mr. Perfect. And believe it or not, out of all those members of the NWA, well, Sting is locked up with all of them, except Mr. Perfect, believe it or not, okay? And of course, what can I say about Mr. Perfect? He is a fine specimen. Case in point, Perfect and Hart in SummerSlam 91, okay? Watch that match, people. So, yeah, essentially, you take a great character in Mr. Perfect, and you take Sting's charisma, his presence, and you will get possibly a classic. Will it be a 5-star classic? Maybe. What if you kind of think about that? Well, of course, obviously, won't happen since Kurt Angle is no longer with us. But hell, if these two were to actually come to heads, if back in WCW, it could have been a potential amazing match to remember for fans. Of any generation, now young and old. So think about that for a moment. Coming number 8, Finn Balor. Yep, another young gun talent. Obviously, why not? Sting makes the young guy look good. But also, let's think about this for a moment, okay? If you kind of think about this, Finn and Balor and Sting are kind of one and the same, if you kind of think about this. So, when you see Finn Balor on TV, okay, he's just Finn Balor, and without all the demonic makeup and all that. And then we're not, when you see Sting in public, he's, you expect him to be decked out in his crow face, war paint and all that in the back. But no, you see him with this slick back hair, probably wearing a nice crisp suit, and sunglasses, and it's like, huh. It's like who? It's like complete polar opposites of their characters. But when they put on this war paint or something like that, they transform. It's like almost like a split personality, kind of like pushing them into a different world. If you kind of think about that, so just so essentially, if it weren't for guys like Sting, Finn Balor wouldn't have a career. It's like kind of that, when you put on a face paint or put on a mask, it takes you into a different realm or to a different direction of your character, and that's saying something. You kind of think about that for a moment, and just imagine the fun, the carnage, and just the absolute best match you could probably see between Sting and Finn Balor, actually. And come on, the coup de grace versus the Scorpion Deathlock, the Scorpion Death Drop, and what was it, the 1916, what's called, or as I call it, the Bloody Sunday. So think about that. You got potential good dream match right then and there, people. Number 7, Chris Jericho. He calls himself the best in the world. He's faced some of the best people in the game: The Rock, Steve Austin, Triple H, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker. But he's never faced Sting, believe it or not. Even in his 20-plus year career, he has never faced the icon Sting. So think about that. You got the Ayatollah of rock and roll, who's so full of himself, taking on the icon. You got something good there, actually. And would it be a good match? Maybe. It could be a good technical match because both of them are well depth in the technical game. And just right then and there, you could just write the story right there, and we'll have a good match. And of course, Sting can fly, Jericho can fly, but of course, obviously, I'm going to put the edge in Jericho's favor since obviously he's a lot lighter, he's a little younger, but of course, age has no importance in this match, actually. So it's all about, okay, can you top this? Actually, it's more like, come on, Sting. I want to prove that I am still the best in the world, so I can beat you, that kind of thing. So there you go. Another good potential classic on your hands. Number 6, Kevin Owens. Back to my three-way mentioned earlier. It's trying to make the young guys look good. Essentially, with Kevin Owens, it could be more like the obnoxious, badass brawler, just saying, I'll take on everyone. I don't care if it's Sting, I don't care if it's so-and-so, and just kind of think about that. You could have possibly a flat-out, drag-out fight, maybe, because Sting can get down and dirty when possible. Like, I've seen Sting compete in brawls I've never expected to see. The empty arena match, let's not talk about that, actually. Let's see, any of the hardcore matches he's had with the Abyss and Impact Wrestling, but anything, let's not talk about that, but would take that kind of hardcore-esque element, you could have a potential just drag-out fight, and you could also have a technical match. It's also pretty much like another passing of the torch kind of thing. Make the other guy look good. There you go. Battle of the prize fighter versus the icon. Enough said there. Moving into number 5, John Cena. Why the hell not, okay? Just imagine this. Imagine the two faces of their time. You got Sting, the face of WCW. You had Cena, the face of the WWE, which, of course, it's kind of up for debatable. And, of course, say what you want about Cena. Yeah, sure, he can suck. Some say he's good, but he's got to be put in the right situation with the right people in order to have a good match. Come on, case in point, him and CM Punk back at Money in the Bank. Come on, that was a freaking fight, man. That was amazing. So, if given the perfect timing and situation, Cena could have a good match with Sting, actually, because, of course, hey, we got pretty cool gem when we saw those two team up to take on the Authority like some time ago. So that was a pretty cool treat, and I don't think we'll ever get back, actually. So, but hey, if Sting does return to the ring, Cena and Sting would probably be on my list. Maybe will it happen? I don't know, but it could be a good match, actually. See what you want. So, think about that. Then coming at number 4, why the hell not The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment and the icon. Enough said there. Need I say more? Obviously, if you kind of think about this, they both were shot to popularity in the middle of the 90s, if you kind of think about that. So, yeah, two of the how do I say, the people's champions, the fan faves in everyone's eyes. And you had Sting, the fan favorite of WCW, The Rock, fan favorite of WWE, or WF around that time. He was still, reaching for that superstar, but he was still a star in his own right. Just imagine just the forces colliding there. Enough said. Coming at number 3, you're probably going to hate me, but Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Brock Lesnar has taken out legends, and of course, to me, I was a little hesitant to put him on the list, but hey, that would be pretty cool. Sting and the final boss, as I call him, of WWE, Brock Lesnar, because hey, that would be pretty cool. Another feather in the cap to add to Lesnar's career. Let's see, taking out the Undertaker's streak, beating up guys like John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton. This would be another feather in the cap. Taking out the Icon, but of course, would it be a barbaric beatdown? Jesus, yeah, I can kind of see it happening, but then again, everyone would have to put their money on Sting, just being the ultimate earner to take on Brock Lesnar, who is a freaking beast in that ring. So there you go. Also another battle of, how do I say, wrestling, another hybrid fight, as I would call it. MMA versus wrestling. So it could kind of work. Go figure. All right. At number 2, Randy Orton. Okay, another good, pure second-generation athlete that I would totally see Sting officially, trying to make Orton into a much better star. Even though people are kind of feeling like he's been with the company long enough, it's like, who cares anymore? But then again, it would be another good feather in the cap for Randy Orton's career, actually, just for him to take on a legend that is Sting, the man they call Sting. And holy hell, would it be a classic? Hell yeah, actually. Would it be a pure match? Maybe, yeah. And just imagine, let's see, it could be just the technical game, high flying. It could be, maybe, but even though Orton rarely does any of that, but hey, it would just be a good way, to, like I said, to give something to Orton and to Sting. Sting can finally say you truly are, the Viper, the apex predator, and all that. And of course, in return, Orton can finally say, hey, Sting was honored to be in the ring with you, but of course, obviously another legend that he's taken out in his list. Of course, I'm going back to his legend killer phase, but of course, that's many moons ago. That'll never happen. And then, of course, number 1, it's obvious, freaking The Undertaker. Why the hell not? It's the writing is there, and of course, everyone's saying that it's not going to happen, thanks to Vince McMahon, but it should happen. It should really happen, actually. Come on. The two guys that almost are like mirror images of each other, just giving all they got, and would be a good send-off for The Undertaker's career. Maybe, even though people are saying it should be John Cena to find, that should be Undertaker's last opponent at a Mania event. We don't know. We'll see. Okay? Only time will tell, all right? So that does it for today. I did have a few honorable mentions, but I don't know. Edge and Guerrero, those were the only two good ones I could see. Pretty much, could happen if it did or did not happen. But hey, just some good points there, okay? So, kind of think about my list. Thumbs up if you agree with me. I want to hear what you think, actually. So keep it tuned for some more videos, and I'll see you then. All right.